Welcome to Positive Energy with Crystals. My name's Hillary, and today we're going to do something a little different. And I know I've gotten some kind of negative comments on my videos, just like any other YouTube channel, and I decided I wanted to take those comments and turn them into something positive. So, and not only positive, but sort of like a learning experience. And I didn't want to just sit there and talk to you. I wanted to give you something to watch that's crystals in, so you can see pretty crystals. And then I thought, or I was watching the Hearth Witch, and she was talking about she had this container of crystals that she hadn't cleansed in a long time. I'm trying to make it so you can see it. Maybe like that. And I started realizing I've got a whole bunch of crystals that I haven't cleansed in a long time. And they're fine. I'm not worried about them, but they are kind of, especially right now, they are kind of stored all together and kind of absorbing each other's energy. So I thought watching me cleanse my crystals is a great idea. And that way you don't have to just sit there and watch me talk. Now I will warn you, I will probably get distracted and probably drop a lot. Especially doing all these amethysts. And I got a piece of amethyst over here that needs put away. See? Distracted. So anyway, I've got a few comments that I want to share that I've gotten. Ooh, that one's all chipped up. And kind of tell you my reaction, what they got right, just turn it positive. Turn it into a learning experience. And that way you get to look at pretty crystals too. This is also a piece of amethyst. I was told that this one, because it's mostly just the light, there's just a little bit of purple. Can't really, let me see. There's a light purple. You can kind of see it there. Anyway. So, let's start this. Oh, by the way, I'm using Palo Santo. That's what I like using for cleansing. I don't like the smell of sage. Whoops. Oh, no. But I do like Palo Santo. And it's really warm. No, that one's dusty. Alright. So, when I first got a negative comment, I thought, I don't want that on my channel. I don't want that person to have access to the channel anymore. So I blocked them and deleted their comment. And then I got to thinking about it and I thought, well, no, I don't want to do that, because if they come back, they may learn something. And also, you can use it as their comments as a learning experience. But I also don't want the negativity to affect anything in my channel. I probably should have taken it out of the container. And so I didn't want the negativity to impact the channel. So some of them I will delete. And so this first question, or this first comment, I did delete it. And then the last comment, I did delete it and block that person. This first one, I didn't really intend. I blocked him and all that after I came up with the idea to keep it visible. A lot of smoky quartz pieces in here. I got a lot more smoky quartz than I thought I did. All right, so the first comment was, they're minerals under pressure. They're just rocks. Go outside and walk in the grass. That works better. And then the most recent one, I got a screenshot of that one. They're just pretty rocks. And they are. That's both correct. They're pretty rocks. They're minerals under pressure. And they're definitely pretty. Going outside and walking in the grass is a great idea. I highly recommend it. Whoa, that was slippery. But what if it's too cold out? What if it's too hot out? What if you live in an area that you don't have a space like that? Like a city, you don't have a outdoor space you can go do that in. What if you've got really bad allergies and going outside will make you feel worse? And plus, what's the harm? What's the harm in having crystals or to help you? It's certainly healthier than some options. So, yeah, all the, going outside is great and they are pretty. And yeah, that's all true, but at the same time, there's no harm in them. So just, it's fine. Tangerine quartz. When I first started using crystals, I even told my husband, I don't care if it's in my head. I don't care if my amethyst, if it's just in my head that my amethyst is keeping me calm through a workday. I'm calmer. I can get through whatever stress or whatever, and it's all good. So, to me, if it helps, even if it's just in my head, I don't care. It's working. And they make me happy. And there are a lot worse things that somebody could do than collect crystals and rocks. So, whatever. So they make me feel better, then sure. All right, let's see. The next comment, I'm going to put it up on the screen. I'm not going to read it because it's a little long and it's a little confusing too. But I'll kind of break it up. Here's some rose quartz. So, whoops. You can pause if you need to read more too. Mike is wrong thinking nobody in those one-room schoolhouses didn't know or use crystals. The historical beliefs and uses of crystals are what we base how we use them and what we believe today. I find it amazing that cultures that had either no contact whatsoever or very little contact believed certain things about crystals and certain properties about the same crystal, like jade. Jade was used for kidney issues by several cultures, and most of those cultures had no contact with each other whatsoever back a long time ago, but they still believed that it helped with kidney issues. Isn't that a pretty garden quartz? So yes, when the one-room schoolhouses came around, everybody was kind of more focused on astrology, herbs, oils, stuff like that, and kind of more on modern medicine type stuff. But there were still people using crystals, mostly by Native Americans, but they were still used by everybody else too. And the part about the amethyst, drinking out of the mugs to keep them from, or the amethyst mugs to keep them from getting drunk. That's actually, it's partially true, but originally it was, they would use the amethyst mugs to drink out of to help with breaking habits of, okay, battery died. That's okay. Help me bring out some more crystals. Anyway, so I was talking about those amethyst mugs. Originally, it wasn't to keep you from not getting drunk while you were drinking. It was originally to help break habits of people that drink too much. And then it got twisted and was said to supposed to help you not get drunk if you were drinking out of an amethyst mug, which, yeah, that's crazy. But originally it was to help break the habit of drinking too much, and it got twisted in history and all that. So that's one thing that you got to really know pay attention to your history. And I just read that just a few days ago. So let's see. Last part of Mike's comment I like, though. If it helps navigate through the morass of insanity, I wish you all the best. Anything occult really took off in 2020, including crystals. To me, that proves that a lot of people believe that they help through the craziness, stress, everything going on in the world in everyday lives. Back then it was sickness and closures and crazy stuff and politics, stuff that still goes on. But, everybody had to be pretty much stuck at home. I still had to work because I worked at a medical office and had to be open, but, there were a lot more people sitting at home now, trying to, oh, here it is, sorry, distracted, doing research and finding ways to help themselves. I believe through that time, the amethyst in my pocket got me through all the craziness. And it still helps me in my everyday life. And that's great. It's better than, there's a lot of people that took up more drug use and alcohol use during that time too. So crystals was way healthier than alternatives. And so just things like that, yeah, it does help me, and good for me. I love talking about crystals, learning more about them, and just looking at them, and that makes me happy. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. All right, the third comment was a surprise, and it did get deleted, and the person got blocked because it was too much. The very short version is they said that crystals are demonic. There's so many references to crystals in lots of religious texts for all sorts of religions that they're used for ceremonies, amulets, talismans, all sorts of stuff. So, for one, if they're used in a religion, I don't know how people would think that they're demonic. But also, they're mostly used for protection against negative stuff, demons, bad energy, stuff like that. So that was just made by somebody trying to make a religious fear post, and those drive me crazy. That is one thing that just, don't get me started on the fear pressure in religion. I don't think it's right to make people afraid of something to fit into your religion, especially crystals. So that one made me the most upset, and it's gone, and that person's blocked. Now I will say, doing these comments was kind of fun because, you know, it's kind of not a big deal. I know I'm going to get more, which is kind of why I'm going to make a series out of it. But, and on here, I won't delete as many as I was thinking. Like 2 of those comments are still on there. The demonic one and the very first one are gone. But from here on out, I'm going to leave them. Now, in the Positive Energy with Crystals Facebook group, those I won't allow that whatsoever. That's a safe space. That's a pure positive space. I don't want that in there at all. So any type of comment like that, you get booted out right away. So just so you know. But I thought on here on the channel it'd be kind of fun to go over, and hopefully you learned the amethyst doesn't really help you not get drunk. It just helps you to break the habit of getting drunk. So let's see. I got 16 slots done. Let's go ahead and do the 17th. Oops. So we'll start with Bloodstone in the 18th slot for next time. Some Obsidian. Or no, this is Onyx. So thank you for everybody that leaves positive support, positive comments, likes, subscribes, all that. Yes, it helps. Like I've said before, it helps the algorithm on YouTube, but at the same time, it gives me confidence and helps me know what you guys also like to have videos on. So put any questions and positive comments in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time.